Good afternoon, everyone. It's a Wednesday afternoon, about 3:44, and was watching a little bit of yesterday and today, the trial going on right now with Obama. And don't worry, this will not be a political video per se, but I am going to do a conversation here, a short one, on perspectives, because perspectives seem to be huge in everything and how we look at certain situations. For instance, I watched the day that what happened at the Capitol happened when the people went in and stuff like that. And I won't go further because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube. But my recollection of what I saw and what I heard in the speech, and then what I've gone back and heard in the speech, seems to be different than the edited version they used in the trial today. And there's no doubt it's been edited. And this is not to say Trump's guilty or not guilty on my part. I'm just saying that my perspective of what happened when I saw it live and heard Trump speak, and then later on watching the thing, and then all of a sudden watching the one they presented yesterday, is a totally different story. And I mean, the one they've made for the trial is so incriminating that it's no doubt. But the perspective of when you actually look and study and listen, you see the true perspective. And yeah, did he say some stuff stupid? Yeah. But yet at the same time, did he make it sound like they made it sound in the court? No. So that's my example of perspective. But the same thing goes within understanding perspective spiritually and politically in sports. For instance, in sports, as you well know, I love Alabama football. Was born in Alabama, and it was 4 years old when I found out Jesus and Bear Bryant wasn't the same person. Dang it, just kidding. Uh, but when I moved here to Georgia, I had a perspective on Georgia football, and the perspective was wrong. When I moved here, and I work in a town probably 30 minutes from Athens, so it's a big college town with some serious fans. My perspective has changed upon Georgia football and understanding the program and understanding the love this people have for this team. Because when you're from Alabama, that's all you know is Alabama or Auburn. But I have learned when I moved to another state, understanding different perspectives of teams and the way they look at it. So, but the same thing is true within religion also. I have a very good friend, and we talk very serious conversations spiritually, and he is what he is, and I am what I am, and I'm not really sure how to define that, but we're very open minded. So we have some very good conversations and some things I've really been trying to get across to him. And I don't try to change people's views or change people's opinions of certain things. Where you're at's where you need to be, but you need to continually growing and learning different things. So I'm not here to get the ladder out from underneath somebody. I'm not here to fool or convert anybody because I don't have nothing to convert you to per se. So, but the thing I've been trying to really get him to understand is the whole term of perspective, and we'll start with Christianity. And like I said, this is not a bash, whatever. This is just some perspectives that many people within Christianity don't really understand. Many of them, like me, were brought up within the church, and you know what you know because of your parents, your Sunday school teachers, your preachers, and that's all good. That's a good foundation to get you at least morally in the right direction to be a good person, blah, blah, blah. But it comes to a point sometimes that you have to break beyond that perimeter and realize, and as you get older, you'll start saying, wow, this is different. This is a little bit different. A lot of Christians believe that Matthew and Mark wrote their gospel, which most people would, scholars and educated people will tell you it's not even possible. So you start looking at things like this. And what I did was way before the internet came along. I went to Spring Hill College library in Mobile, Alabama, and I got the first century encyclopedia of Catholicism. I got books like this, the Catholic Catechism. I've got books on religion, and then really started studying how the Christian church has gotten to where it is now. The break off, the fights. I didn't even know what Orthodox Christianity was at the time. So I had to learn all of that. And because in the South, the only thing we had was Baptist and Methodist and Catholic, a few Pentecostals, and that was it. So I had to totally change my perspective of understanding Christianity and start learning all of the denominations I could to grasp how we got to where we were today. Because if you ask the Baptists, they were there when Jesus was there. If you ask the Pentecostal, they were there when Jesus was there. So, I mean, I'm being sarcastic, but you know what I'm saying. So that's my whole thing with perspectives. And even within Judaism, uh, we have rabbinical Judaism, which is it is it is the thing today. It is the ruling party. It is the ruling class. So most everything comes under the understanding of rabbinic Judaism. Now you do have a small fragment of Karaites out there, and they're really unidentifiable because it's hard to identify what a Karaite is. Somebody who follows scriptures, but I'm not really sure, you know, what that is. But that is who they are. So everything is under in the Judaism is under the perspective of rabbinical Judaism, and even most rabbinics don't even understand people within their past, like the Essenes, Sadducees, and all these other sects. They don't even really deal with. There are some that will, but majority it doesn't matter because rabbinical Judaism is the forum today. Uh, Even how they handle the non-Jew, which today they have created Noahidism, which back in the day you were Ger, you were Ger Toshav, but because of the system changing, this is the perspective we have to look at it now. And I actually studied with a rabbi, and he told me straightforward, I am rabbinic. Rabbinic is the law, that rabbinic is the truth, and this is what we're going to study. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If the Torah says something differently, we go with the rabbinic thought over the Torah thought. So that is the perspective that Judaism is today. Am I saying it's wrong? No, but yes. But what I'm saying is where you're at is where you're at. So that's what I'm trying to say. So perspective is everything from religion to politics to sports and everything. So what I would encourage you today is don't give up on anything and get mad and stop. And certainly when you start seeing cracks in the ladder that you're standing on in your faith, don't don't destroy it. Even if you find you move on and go to something else, if you go to Judaism or Islam or whatever, don't turn around and start destroying that you came from. Try to be a light to those people and show them the same path that you've taken. But what I find is most people that convert from Christianity to Judaism, they start bashing Jesus and they start, he never existed. He was a son of the devil and all this stuff. Well, that son of the devil got you to where you're at. And the thing is that he, even the New Testament scriptures, Paul says that you go from one to the law basically was one tutor until you go to another tutor. And I'm killing that verse, but it's true. You will go from one tutor to another tutor on your spiritual journey to learn truth. So what I'm trying to say is perspective is everything. Don't get so sidetracked in your dogma or your understanding or that your pride that you think that you have to be right. And you may be right 99% of the time, but be humble and listen and help and support people along the way to bring them with you. That way, you're not creating division. You're actually creating a following. You don't have all the answers. None of us have all the answers. No rabbi has all the answers. No preacher has all the answers. We must learn, get off your butt, get off the computer of YouTube, pick up books. I wish I could show you all the books I have here and start digging into it. For instance, some of the things that started getting me really going within Christianity was books like this, The Brother of Jesus. I started learning a lot about James, and then I started finding the Ebionites, and then I started finding other books like the Aquarian Gospel, which many Christians would say was fake, but it's not. I mean, it all is to a point, but it's not. It's got some good views, and then you go into the Gnostic scriptures and you learn the Gnostics, and I could go on and go on and show you different books that's out there that's really helped elevate my thought within my spiritual life. So perspective is everything. Understanding that perspective. Pride is fake knowledge. So what I would say is before you attack a subject or study a subject, you understand the perspective of what's going on. In Judaism, you're talking to a Chabad person, you need to understand Chabad's philosophy. Breslov, understand some of Breslov's theology. Conservative, you've got to know who you're talking to and try to understand the perspective they're coming from. So until next time, perspective is the word. Learn the perspectives of understanding. Then you'll understand better. Thank you. Until next time. Shalom.